What happens when unmatched detective reasoning collides with ancient Stoic wisdom? Sherlock Holmes, the legendary detective mastering deduction, observation, and logic, versus Musonius Rufus, the Stoic philosopher teaching virtue, self-control, and practical ethics. Watch closely, comment what you think, who would win, and subscribe now, because this clash may change the way you see reasoning, morality, and the pursuit of a disciplined life. This is Sherlock Holmes versus Musonius Rufus.
Life is a puzzle, full of enigmas and subtle signs. Observation, deduction, and reasoning are the keys to uncovering the truth hidden beneath chaos. I have solved cases that others deemed impossible, exposing deception through the meticulous analysis of evidence, behavior, and circumstance. Logic is the instrument by which we impose order upon disorder. The world is rich with ambiguity. To navigate it, one must remain detached, objective, and precise. Emotions cloud judgment. Assumptions mislead the mind. Only through disciplined observation, rigorous reasoning, and attention to the smallest detail can one reach certainty. Each clue, each inconsistency, each subtle gesture carries meaning waiting to be uncovered. Mistakes are instructive, but only when approached with clarity. Error is not a failure. It is a signal, a hint, a step toward resolution. The mind must constantly refine itself, balancing intellect with patience, deduction with imagination. There is elegance in thought, and triumph in discovering what eludes others. Ethics, morality, and virtue have their place, yet they are often secondary to the pursuit of truth. Justice depends on understanding, and understanding depends on reason. The power to see clearly is what prevents harm, punishes deceit, and protects the innocent. To act without analysis is to gamble with consequence. To think without action is a wasted intellect. I invite all who listen to consider. The path to mastery is through disciplined reasoning, unyielding curiosity, and tireless pursuit of truth. A mind that questions, observes, and deduces shapes the world more reliably than fortune or impulse ever could. I am Sherlock Holmes, and I have learned that life rewards those who see clearly, reason rigorously, and act decisively. Observe closely, analyze every detail, and learn that logic is not just a tool. It is the difference between chaos and order.
Sherlock, your mind is a marvel, and your skill with deduction is unmatched. Yet remember, wisdom is not merely the ability to observe and reason, it is the art of living rightly, of aligning action with virtue. External knowledge is powerful, but without ethical discipline, it serves only self-interest or curiosity. The Stoic teaches that the true arena of mastery is the soul. Life is shaped not by the complexity of puzzles we solve, but by the consistency with which we practice justice, temperance, courage, and moderation. Observation and deduction are tools. They must be guided by virtue. Without moral purpose, even brilliance can be dangerous or hollow. Consider the many who understand facts but fail in character. The world rewards the clever, yes, but happiness, tranquility, and respect endure only through ethical living. Virtue provides stability where fortune, power, and intellect may falter. A person may deduce all mysteries in the external world, yet remain enslaved to anger, desire, or fear. True mastery is not simply what the mind sees, it is what the soul cultivates. Discernment is valuable, but discernment without self-control can mislead. The pursuit of knowledge should serve humanity, not merely curiosity or ego. The Stoic path teaches that obstacles are indifferent. What matters is our response, the harmony between reason and action, the cultivation of the self. Sherlock, do not misunderstand, I honor your intellect. Yet I urge all who listen to reflect. Knowledge alone cannot secure peace. Virtue alone cannot solve every case. But the combination of wisdom, moral discipline, and reasoned action creates lives of true resilience and purpose.
Musonius, I respect the guidance of virtue, yet the world rarely waits for ethical deliberation before events unfold. A mind attuned to observation and logic can prevent harm, expose fraud, and deliver justice where virtue alone may fail. Reason enables action with precision. Ethics without understanding is blind. Virtue without insight is naive. When faced with a criminal, a deception, or a subtle danger, hesitation or moral pondering may cost lives. Deduction is not mere curiosity. It is the tool by which we navigate moral and practical complexities simultaneously. Virtue guides what we value, but it is reason that reveals how to act. Practicality is paramount. The world is not an abstract moral exercise. It is concrete, chaotic, and full of consequences. I do not deny the importance of character, but a disciplined intellect is the compass that ensures ethical action is both possible and effective. Knowledge empowers, and observation enlightens. Without the ability to discern truth from falsehood, good intentions may be wasted. The balance of morality and insight is achieved when virtue is informed by reason, when ethics meet deduction, and when reflection leads to precise and timely action.
Sherlock, your intellect is formidable and your accomplishments commendable. Yet I caution, a mind devoid of virtue may solve mysteries while cultivating arrogance, impatience, or moral blindness. The wisdom of Stoicism reminds us that external success, no matter how brilliant, is secondary to the cultivation of character. Deduction is valuable, yet it must serve the good. Observation alone does not make a man wise. Action guided by reason but devoid of virtue risks creating harm even in the pursuit of truth. The Stoic measures not only what is known, but how it is applied, and whether the mind, the heart, and the actions are aligned. Consider, the cleverest detective may capture a criminal, but a virtuous man cultivates harmony, integrity, and ethical resilience. Knowledge and reasoning are tools. They require guidance from the soul. True mastery combines intellect and moral discipline, ensuring that brilliance is directed toward what is good, not merely impressive.
Tonight, we witness a battle of intellect and virtue. Sherlock Holmes displayed unmatched reasoning, deduction, and analytical mastery. Musonius Rufus reminded us that the ultimate measure of life is moral character, self-discipline, and practical virtue. The lesson is clear. Wisdom demands both insight and ethical grounding. Deduce with precision, act with integrity, and cultivate the soul alongside the mind. The greatest legacies are built when intellect and virtue work in harmony. If this debate inspired you, comment what you think, who would win, and subscribe now. More transformative clashes await, where the brilliance of the mind meets the timeless wisdom of the Stoics.